Like that whole giggle, just like the whole. I hate it, but.
No, I go with it. It's genuine.
Yeah, but it's always like the fuck. All right, coming back to my podcast, just an energy update. I know I'm not having music in the moment, but I am transitioning everything, and I just want to update everybody with what's going on with the podcast and what's going on with my platforms and my journey from here and out. So just to keep everyone updated, my podcast I've been naming Collecting the Collective is actually going to be transitioned into a collective podcast, meaning I'm going to have other people, and it's going to be a group podcast, and it's going to be a lot more in-depth about talking and expanding our minds into being conscious creators and making conscious decisions, and the actual power behind what conscious is. What does it mean to actually be awakened in a sense, or to be elevated, to understand the power and to understand the actions you're taking. So I really want that to be its separate thing and to be its own whole platform, to really create the community for conscious creators, for conscious thinkers, for conscious decision makers, the ones who are actually trying to do the change. So update on that, Collecting the Collective will be a whole separate podcast on its own, and it's going to hopefully start by next week, so I'll keep everybody updated on that. So I'll be on that, and this podcast is actually going to be transitioned into my spiritual alignment coaching. So just to update what I'm doing is I am creating services, I'm aligning myself, and I'm helping others align spiritually. And again, when I talk about the spirituality, it's always about your experience with life. So what can I do to help you feel stimulated and connected again within your spirituality, within your journey of this life? Do I have to remind you that you don't have to compare yourself? Do I have to remind you that you have a purpose here that nobody else can give or even emulate the way you do? What is it that I can help you with that will make you feel alive in some sorts, right? So again, I'm going through this whole transition and transformation of becoming a spiritual alignment coach, and I would love for anyone to get in contact with me or really ask me more questions about that. But this podcast is going to be more of a personal, emotional, like my spiritual journal basically, but it's still going to be kind of teaching you guys and helping you along my journey on what spiritual alignment is, understanding the vocabulary, understanding the methods, understanding the thinking behind it, and how you can really expand it off that way. I have not talked in a while. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm doing my services again, guys. So by next week, Collecting the Collective podcast will be running and we'll be having episodes, and I'll also be updating this podcast. This will be turned into Navigating to Alignment, and again, it's just going to be a spiritual alignment with me, something more public, something more community based, so you can just kind of get along with it. I really, again, this is going to be something, it's like it's not my outcry. It's like my diary out to the world. Who's listening? Who wants to create with me? If you're even listening to this, why are you listening to this, right? I believe, actually what I want to talk about right now is the flame. So if you put your hand over a flame, like what do you feel exactly, right? Like almost you can hold it for so long until it starts burning you. And I feel a lot of us are so disconnected from feeling, from actually being stimulated. Some of us are very spiritually in tune, but are you feeling, like actually feeling? Are you embracing those hugs you're constantly giving, constantly getting? Are you meaning every I love you? Are you meaning every blockage, every I hate you, every I don't want to deal with you? Understanding what are you is stimulating by. And are you being stimulated? I feel like a lot of us are so used to being numb now. And that's what we want to stay at. It's just being completely numb. And being just too scared to feel. Too scared to feel anything light. Too scared to feel like we deserve anything good. Because we're so used to the pain. So used to dealing with the bigger picture. And something I've noticed so many of us still fall into is always, when do we get to celebrate? When do we get to sit there and say, like, when do we get to pat ourselves on the back and actually be proud of how far we came? Be proud of the little things we've been doing, the big things we've been doing. We've grown up and we've always been told yes, but not right now. From our parents, from ourselves, to just life. That's great, but not right now. Why not right now? Why not something small at least, right? Why not a fucking run in the park? Why not a fucking jump in the lake? A fucking wine and dancing around with your friends? Why not something little to celebrate that you made it this far and that you're choosing to be conscious and you're choosing to live a better life that you know you deserve. And when I say deserve, is that you deserve it. We've taken on so much karmic debt. We've taken on so much transitioning to helping others connect. It's time for everyone to start releasing that and start asking for forgiveness. When I say forgiveness, is forgiveness from yourself. Ask yourself, forgive yourself for disrespecting yourself. Forgive yourself for not noticing how worthy you are. And now that you embrace it, forgive those parts of you. And that's what's holding us back the most. And I feel like that's what we get numb to. It's not actually wanting to be stimulated. It's actually not wanting to feel pain or something new, but more of just like, can I just stay here because I'm tired? And again, with going to spiritual alignment and everything I talk about is, I want to feel alive. I want to feel, like a kid. I want to feel like, what am I here for? Am I just a voice box that's saying a narrative, or am I actually feeling it? Am I actually helping people? Am I actually on the forefront of like helping those in need, helping the ones who need the help? Am I receiving the help that I need? So again, that was just really pretty much my spiritual energy update of what's been going on with me, my platform, and me in life. I've moved, I've transitioned, I've transformed, I'm stepping into my power. And that's something not to even say lightly, but it hits when it hits. I know that every step I'm taking is a reflection of like, oh shit, I've just transitioned this far, but I'm not enjoying it. Why am I not enjoying it? It's because I need to feel worthy and value that I deserve that kind of praise and celebration. And the only way I'm going to do that is by actually knowing that I bring value and that I should be praised for it, even if I'm doing it myself. So this whole journey my purpose here is to empower everyone to realize their light and to realize you have so much to bring and that you're doing more than the average person. You're doing more than what normal is. And the more you connect, the more you receive help within your community, as in just reaching out to each other and be like, I'm fucking open to this. I'm open to helping you. I'm open to supporting you and not being scared of what you actually bring. That's what makes life a lot easier. That's what makes your heaven on earth. You see your beautiful spirit guides actually manifest into your brothers and sisters. You see your spiritual protectors manifest into your animal guardians, your dogs, your pets, your cats. And then you start seeing heaven play out, as in God is within everybody. And I feel like that's a journey everyone's supposed to go on and everyone should go on. But again, it's the whole spiritual alignment. So what is it that you're doing that you are consciously choosing to be aligned with yourself? Are you making excuses constantly? And if you want to change it, are you willing to take the path of taking the responsibility of saying, I allow myself to take this journey on, and I release any obstacles, any limiting beliefs, limitations that is blocking me right now? I'm cutting off people. I'm cutting off addictions, whatever it is, beliefs of myself, I'm letting it go. And learning how to detach and not to hold a grip to things when it's time to let go. So, anyone who's still being updated with my podcast, with my content, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for supporting me. I'm sorry for not being on for like a whole fucking month. But I will be having podcasts every week. I'll be a lot more updated. I'll be more in tune with my content on Instagram. So, if you still care to support me, if you still care to be part of the conscious community, just message me there, see me there. Thank you so much. Love and light, blessed be, and thank you for listening to me.